no matamfo anim nti ye ni adoye
ene bedi wachi de bia onkwa na nyina
ekoso di mechi nyese eno ne bedi mechi
edi wachi dada.
That is it. Danyamias, we are not taking any moment or second for granted.
Sure.
If you say eno any nipa bibiri koda say no pe bibiri ni ho nkire say ye ho ofechen obi ana say inimnyansa che obi ana ebusua bi a free. So clearly wow to nyame ajeje mu na ofi say wa ho ode ni unyansa bi
in the crowd no
ana de ko de ene na wa free ni nyunu na se ye de yesene so onko so nkra de wo korea taban so no mfa yenkudu as ono a person ode ye ekodu nti we are forever grateful. In fact yentimi enna na simwie da abribia da no ye danase a ense so no na ye nyame a yenyana na yame odo hoto no so a woni mu nso ngu ase de biarada. And it's always good, especially it has always been good, but especially in times like this it's all double up of steps. You know, that's why I am been saying sorry finish and my home for so saying, you know, the moment you leave out that in Shemudian as Christians, as believers in a particular faith, you know, the moment Ambuja mu no obronsam mumu kwan, you know, Bribia that I said because for Christ or Bazwa nipa oha you know. So if you
you are alone,
if you care to know some of these group prayers are sorry gatherings nyoma eyi free mu no bebre na yenimtia we just take some of these things for granted. If say bronsam cry about brabo mu a na oba no ohwe bia wo a ohwe se de akoma ne a okeka no ewo nyame mu ne tie nipa bi so ebo you know, clearly obeban so man easy no do also bon say on kosa se no sitie no. You always stand tall because you are with a family and you believe in a faith. Inti a Christopher nti mamumo bia entro asefo from family ehia say Christopher ehia. It's very important. That's the best place where we can get all those things. But the only sad aspect is that say I hear be bredo anoberden ebejo, and it will bring out a lot of. That's what I make say. Matthew 24, I think 10-12. Matthew 24, 10-12. 24. You know, it talks about a Sunni Bambia, if I am correct. The dia Eure Christopher. One here, Bebre will fall out from the faith.
Sure.
Bebre the race they can't complete.
I say, 10. I say, and then many will be offended, will betray one another, and will hate one another. 11. Then many false prophets will rise up and deceive many. 12. They say, and because lawlessness will abound, the love of many will grow cold.
Clearly, and that's what probably we are all witnessing now. Not to suggest to say this is the time, but dance baby enibre ahoya say nipa sikika nipa ho asem. You know, apre ade beto fie krada. Look at how people go about it. 94.7. So mesre, if only you are a Christ believing person, don't believe in what sorry dan say we are apostolic and sorry dan jinkwa. Don't believe in your sofo say osofo jinkwa. Believe in the word of God. Say anon na ye omnipresent and omnipotent baby na yenhia ye ho because ebra ewo mu no esum bre pa o emu osum yi pa baka cho this year and your power yi anim, but it takes only prayer and hard work and focus. It doesn't take politicians and political parties because nyansa no onyame na de fem no de dum omo so saka. So the number 1 3 steps I can the other time was that a spiritual growth, very important. Spiritual growth, very important. Very, very important. Living a healthy life, very important. Now we are financially independent, and then being mindful of the kinds of network of friends that you associate with. Very important. It is the American Ghana for you. Also, I'm pay with other than that sense of patriotism to say radimedasem ye Ghana ni me sunyansa ode adome ma mentimi fa muama Ghana intimi tumpo na nkonka is very, very important. Well, no mark me say bi na fe obi me say na pack trip pa me jawa ba no at was, but my one Jubilee House nso nti ase Aban trap card back power was the fight and continues to be the fight against corruption.
Corruption, okay.
You know, Amakacho say, and yet the setting up of institutions and offices and agencies, and no yet enough deterrent to say, yeah, quality aketa session proyase. You know, say a special prosecutor as we speak. Na no fiada, ano nya krata echere se. Naketua after 16 months in office. Nanu fiada no nya krata echere aketua no in principle. They say ye the manner.
It's a problem.
It's a problem. 16 months to work out a modality for the special prosecutor and the deputy and the team, no?
Especially when there is an LI, yes,
you know.
Out, yeah.
So there be other mekase no, and today I told Professor Jampu or Mami inside Kasepa. We are pretending to be fighting corruption. It's not true. I say non-existent. Because you may bet me a boy market as a praying as or mine, me I'm minimizing no. We pretend that we are solving that problem, but that problem is still there. In fact, it's becoming bigger by the day. So my catch a buy mum penny for near buying be a oba Ghana. Say near MPP or twice one in this year or banze. A dear Bakwayin I am wire. A quantia catassin any project. And I'm sad because one of the openings I leave Kakra the special prosecutor's office.
I do who Kakra
system. But I want to say. And your man also that special prosecutor office Nankasan and one man office no enimu ewie pay through no fault of nipa occupy that position.
It's true.
So I really want to say yenia bresi epesi ekuketa share prayer not necessarily this administration but this administration can want we should change our approach. How we operate, we should change it. In our quest to minimize corruption, we should change it.
And I think one thing I was say, when we set up these institutions, supposedly to come and help fight corruption, check governmental abuse, any idea, into law, no? The act that sets them up, LI, Parliament are passing LI, then or more to me amount details of how they should exercise their power and we've done same for special prosecutor office no but LI nature okay ranking every staff at the office I was here then eto in the be a special prosecutor you compare it to so and so ABA the deputy you compare the deputy to say the directors around the office now are compared to say a COP level and more about with corresponding conditions of service. Implementing that na you remember a critical agency with PIAC. PIAC a Public Interest Accountability Committee. In the creation of law again, it was a omoho na omoboa hwe hawa aban ede Public Revenue Management Act na ebeye adwuma. Ye sika enya free oil money ade but PIAC ebi ho whole year na once the kromunyai. You know, and it's a very critical agent because okay, PIAC reports now. PIAC report many yedi who say oil sikano yedi bia kwaye ye nyoma bia na enwasank yedi say PIAC because when you leave government and its agencies alone now when you independent agencies now omo no mbetimi yes, our oversight responsible, including Parliament. If we don't resource those agencies well, a problem. It will just pay lip service to the issue.
That's the whole point. We go in this country. We are not betting my walk street or far bicycle street. Look at the processes and what's secure. But within this long process, still
loopholes.
Amount for abuse, we take advantage of it. So what else do we do? So I
think it's better we don't even set the institutions up at all if we cannot resource them.
Because so the way about now to be from academia jai. Now I'm going to say they
take a box
exactly, and that's not healthy. Number 2, Obi.
It doesn't help.
Almost 3 weeks ago, they try and make a catch or say, "Man, paying to coin or
I'm power to
coin." And I'm catching. I will say, you know, man, paying sometimes because I say, I'm say reshuffle and say in the chiwadi. But for a free akoto and then
Alan has stepped down.
Alan Tremantin and your monka Nano Crono Obi. What you are not careful. Full squad maintain 2 replacements and 3 replacements in there. Charles, I do 1 replacement. I am likely to go to Stephen Amwa.
Stephen Amwa sticker.
Anna trade likely to go to KT Hammond. Anna Greek Echo Brian man on no crown. They're accepting that position, and no cry to treat you. I know that's a more batting, bem, but musical chess.
As a more batting, they say chieftaincy.
Yeah, I know that's a more batting, and all cry say no. Baby for no when the president operation for. Baby for ya Bruce Yinano. As a result of a Jumabi showman so moko twaso and I BBS intino.
Obi ni honti
be clearly chieftaincy ye himself papa no they won't do
turn and say am wa Thanksgiving service.
Yes, but clearly unse and we no ensure that any was oba a chance to where there are controversies around the whole system.
Sure.
What I say oba trader or see me coming oba agrica or see me coming. So shemu pa dia. Ushemu pa dia. Sheda nye
huge major
say we be butu we be dani we be pakosia dem say party for I don't know but this time MPP for no but why do people walk to the president and to the presidency and omo it's not intra-party politics a very demonic power. The rate at which people misrepresent people, blackmail people, and if a president comes through they said Ukraine is the president, and I said, who be the president?
Who do you trust?
Because why now question the Ukraine? Why now question us? Why now caucus and your Canadian?
It is sometimes it's you get very lonely. So be a president because it do baby.
Why do you
I mean, maybe you think, say, Charlie, I'm doing everything to help build this country. But
yes, because
so who do I find that kind of credit?
That's probably where our president finds himself because. Lots of information about whether pluses or minus, negative or positive. No, now or a tone in between. Sometimes relationship also matter, loyalty matter, and all the. But Mister, it is not time to misrepresent or assassinate or blackmail somebody. You know what you must say? Nanado, the president of the land. Edia obebono na ochiwe muano onyame yaduma. Or a tuja. If I'm expecting say then you make cry because back and forth. You know, in times like this, we cannot hold people on as caretakers for how long. It doesn't. These are very sensitive ministries. Work must go on. Caretaker ministers, no, or more powers, no, is some way somehow limited.
Because initially about Ken Oforiata be caretaker minister, trade.
Yeah.
But another statement signed by you say afi abujinapo.
But that's what I'm saying. President Nankasa Kwana na muntu na otunu. Say nyesa enimdia 4 million or more job ho na omokoto omo akonti so a.
Yes.
And it will be difficult like the whole administration will go. But the president should know that share won call for no do anymore. Performance. Certain things be on my year go against the party, go against Ghana.
Yes.
You should just be considerate. And that's why I keep asking. Do we necessarily have to keep pushing and begging and pushing and begging?
For a reason.
Well, obvious to say there is a need
to change.
Very obvious. Very, very obvious.
And Obit's now one ministry for 6 years.
Yeah, very obvious. You can testify. Me, I can testify for the road minister. Across the length and breadth of this country. But I can testify for the road minister.
Yeah.
I can testify that he's among the few ministers in this administration. One more I can testify. So equally, there are good people within this administration. Because so much enough say so Mr. President do it. Usu about replacement with Brian Echampong, any KT Hammond, any Stephen Amoaswa. Come and do the replacement. Ma omining twice dance any yenina yeti atente rules na obi ministers are uncomfortable, district chief executives are uncomfortable, director general chief executive.
This is the obi
any mistake.
This is
any mistake. Saban we ka so hote praganso e real here. E betima tie free baby akosi baby a. Na so onu say baby wa enko yi kra. Na so onu say shift kra ye free ministerial issue. Unim dada. A lot of people sebi. You bet me so messenger near Thomas say Ghana per se do be for to us. come and see crash in the crowd there. Any baby, what time of mobile? Yeah, but and no, the problem continues to be that party 70 at the expense of Ghana.
Yeah.
And then I buy when party 70 at the expense of Ghana.
FM.
It would all shine me per minimum we are mentioning crash. Of course, you don't have to hide this. If we want to develop this country, there are certain things we have to necessarily change them. Change them. Yes, sir. My status quo developing this country and then that for example, because fortunately, Ghana man paying for 90%. They are exposed. They've traveled. They've read.
Very.
What makes it difficult for the implementation of these novels? No, Ghana. Two things. Because of our vulnerability and our ignorance. One of your policy makers and shapers in our level. The ignorance here not meaning say DPP and whatever what time it. No. Yes. We can be ignorant on the time that we find ourselves based on so many reasons. Poverty, loyalty to party, needless partisanship, and a host of other reasons. One play that vulnerability act naturally. Your father say, baby, I want it. So for the past 24 hours, 247 in this country, I idea they are and when people are transforming and individuals are transforming, we are building a country, not a party, not an individual, not a certain group of people. It's a Ghana for a contribution towards Ghana's growth. A key.
And one of the interviews with Mr. Yawansa. Yeah. Na say who follow on social media now share the post similar issues and were raising and then and said now because Prof Jampo kind why we have very exposed leaders but munyanya too many pair the things they know say they have to do because man ene say we do US and they would do UK ene. I mean driving on the street of the United Kingdom, on the street of the US, you begin to imagine say ade we dey say me be your man penny wa Ghana nyoma we dey may be but you ask yourself say and then when you are handed that mandate say the Ghana sounds for 5 years what is it man difficult to do the things one kasa sometimes they might be fanciful because usano na a fanciful or share to the fair or Paris so no ade we dey
CBCB.
Mauba, you know the 2 million man our share system no matter what and share that easy you know we are in a country bibia here bia say say ye sika anyhow and if you realize I share the whole Ghana road project bia ye best start ye be wie no na any government of Ghana
obi na beso yase odi
obi na beso yase either say a grant and as a loan project but the idea was where the person the GOG sika typical Kumasi Accra unze ko 4 year the GOG
government of Ghana
yes into the gang of 4 the gang of 4 roads na ka oni na GOG yenwie yes
skani ho
because can kitty because government of Ghana receivables no baby na ni nyina akọ no that is the situation we are in and then when we get Yawai, one of the questions I made was that he made a post on social media saying the Ghanaian big man is at heart a relic of feudalism. He is pathetically shallow and intellectually lazy, but grossly overrates himself and thinks of himself as a super scholar.
A super scholar?
Yes, though terribly empty. He long stopped learning because of his hubris. Hubris is a pride, extreme form of pride. Thin-skinned to the finest degree, he often jumps into debate hoping to humiliate someone whose guts he cannot stand. Unfortunately, he repeatedly gets humiliated because being so grossly overrated, he survives on long past glory only. Then he works himself into a fit of fury, thrashing around, lying, being plain duplicitous and vindictive. In most places, power corrupt and absolute power corrupt absolutely. But in Ghana, even WhatsApp administrates, or say WhatsApp admin power can corrupt absolutely. In the Nippon Bay, even WhatsApp
WhatsApp administrator.
Look at how they throw themselves about. In the that mindset, no, and you didn't na obenya main power na throw themselves about. When they in reality, no, they are supposed to be servant of the people. No, they now come and lord it over the people.
That's been the challenge,
and it's a major issue. Major
now. Sebi omabesumi. Yeah, yin konfo omoba dane yenko. Na yen yaso. That's the reverse of it.
And the challenge is so they say, when you have a country, see Ghana, your median age 19.5.
Yes.
In the majority of the population, young. By unim say. You build this system because of your culture. Se penyi ya there enya akwala onya den untiminka. Once you begin to criticize, you are told say na o bada ben wedding fear saying and all of that. But if we are serious about this country, ni who say majority of the population who are supposed to work hard and build this country, because let's face it, man. The generation are air corner. And people say the generation they enjoy free education from primary to university. Because when we do university, and that generation are currently leading. That generation when we do university, now one in a room. It is what we go on traditional halls. Yeah, you university, now your friend is saying you inner room and you outer and if any per 4. And the inner room, no do level 400 and when you one inner room and you won't now. Time as happen for no school no. Now outer and if any per 4 ordinarily na you don't kwana down. And the inner room now has a kitchen and that's a hideout baby. That's how it was.
But today it's changed.
But today it has changed.
It's changed.
It's changed. It is our leadership, and they've clearly disappointed us. And the young so na ye bano. If we are not allowed a seat around the table, na ya anyese na mo de mo yankola and that is the destructive bit of our culture.
But beyond that, it will be not destructive. It's a balancing act. The kind of people we are calling to the table of men, yes. If we are also not careful, exactly. So we have also not really demonstrated. Look at the certain ego. And whether you are young or whatever, you still have to go through a certain process and jump there. Yeah. If you jump, if you go through the process, you are far better off. But a reasonable percentage of our businesses, our academia, our politics, you can really see that. Come on. Adentina, Yama Kwenya way, na Obama. Now demonstrating this character or attitude. It's sad. And on because of standards, we have left our doors open, and up to this afternoon, I can say, and you might be breakosu in this country. I abnormal, but you have to say a normal because standards are falling. Even those who are supposed to keep the standards, different standards,
Yeah.
Even those who are supposed to keep the standards. Different standards.
And the advice will be, yes. If you are a young man in this very competitive space,
complex and competitive
that's a winning opportunity now. Demonstrate yourself.
That's it.
Do the work.
But that's what I'm saying, Obi. And yes, Obi, the moment you enter a certain age, you advance in terms of BBI. That's why I can say akwala ohun nensaho on one pay for to said pay for nya akwala bia keke nya akwala bia keke enti say yes you crowd say ye be fa Ghana soa ama Ghana etimi akomi e say
we should prove it.
The push and the craze nkwadaa mra mpayinfo mo ebia ko mo failure. We cannot roll in mpayinfo entirely. Two,
it should be a fine balance.
We should be careful of the kind of nkwadaa are so called now. More opportunities. Whether business, whether politics, whether academia, whether whatever. You're careful. You better how I'm here the 6 adani and 9. Yeah, that is in Pampini. It's in Quadanos. Once we are also ready to take over, we should be submissive and go through the process.
Learn.
That's the most important.
Build. Because I didn't make kind post, Bebre na overrate you more. A lot of us we overrate ourselves.
Exalted.
views of ourselves. We have to learn. We have to be humble and learn. Let's build our mind. Yes, I mean, first impression. The person looks solid. But when you're being an also because they've been able to build a certain impression around themselves. One thing time we a leader, all the responsibility be mas for. But when you give them the responsibility, but those people are expert when it comes to in Nigeria, Lagos, there's here for the packaging. Or be packaging who need you think that quality audio manner. But when you man the put say and I think young men as we grow, let's understand say a process. Let's learn. So the lack is when preparation meets opportunity. In the opportunity, distinguish yourself. Not create your opportunity ma other young people. Yes, sir. And I know many chicken man, pizza man guys. These are guys University 2018 year. In the per me calculation, they are 25, 26 years.
No, your big boys.
Yes. And chicken man, pizza man.
All over.
23 branches in Accra alone.
Kumasi
11 branches in Kumasi. 11 branches in Kumasi, 23 in Accra. And other branches, Nanya branches said
very
decent, nice branding and everything. And these are 26, 25-year-olds. And clearly, these are guys who have proven, say, even though they are young, they've shown say they can build something from ground zero. And that's where we want all young men, what we want them to aspire to. And found say was say, also and as a quiet chicken man. Wherever you find yourself, utimi kwa sorry. Asorobon se will be a say nipa we die. Say you started here born you wa mesa na just had an wa ma sorry. Inti eba asemu a uprobi osa wa sorry pa ni din na obede obebo. That should be the mentality. It is how you cleaner. You should clean to the extent that say the best cleaner in Ghana, your name will pop up. And say yes, our mindset, a radio show producer, be the best at what you do. Exactly. Simply be the best at what you do. A president, I know say the destinies of the people be the best president the world can ever have. And see yes, our mindset, wherever we are. And to Pele, Muhammad Ali, all the greats you can name. They did not just want to become like Oye Pele or the best in Brazil. No, they wanted to become the best in their sport. In this footballer. If we don't get the mindset, then we should forget. And that's why we struggle with world class. Say professionals are world class. And they say, we Ghanaian musician. Ghana musician abeka say we there world class. O de ne call area simu be bia obetima compete with bia. Say a footballer, who are the world class footballers we have now? And say our minds and they should go beyond into business, into bia and they say build the business now. No. And that's why I was happy with young guys. The dream is big and they said something quite instructive. Say me so almost a man first started resist say I don't know more be branches be brace and how much more promo and I say sometimes your mindset limit because Pizza Hut every 1,000 branches in a year China 1 year Pizza Hut 1,000 branches.
No 11 now can say
11 20
that's
enti
and no is wakodo
but will be 1,000 branches in a year China. Of course I agree say Ubia branches you need a certain skill set to be able to manage the company at that level. But non just a limit. We should always open up. Our competition is not just Ghana.
Sometimes orientation is Ghana. Orientation is key. But agencies and I say departments and I say whatever your mandate they are not resources.
94.
They are not resources. Go for school for to psych them up for after school. This is the kind of and you should do also the chemical. Sorry, UPF school them what you be ma ta no this yebom crank. So as you say to It be being who are clan fees were deviated. And no man idea shall share as in Quadana and one idea could be. So if we don't reorient, that's the danger. Yeah, quite I see editorial. Your moody generation of money there. Oh, be crowd. A baby be a brusso. Because and then the technology says it in Quran to Americano. We are picking the negatives instead of the positives. Over here, so Ghana, me, we are London, no, or Americano, or what's me break it to IT, what's me break it to sports, way swimming. Why I say, over here, Hana, for no one, you say, hey, Conforno, or more will be kind of city. No, to the 6 and 9. You see the pamper, or the next form say, trying. Near we are discussing this. What do pamper, let's see from say, trying. We are the best. And look at the lifestyle we are encouraging in this country. Maka, Bebia, Obekobia, and Krobia on a chance. We simply don't have to be influenced by so-called certain influencers. Sure. Yeah, to the benefit of the Ghanaian. I am a Ghanaian. I am a proud Ghanaian. What are the Nyoma and me a Ghanaian? Me to me confirm me my chance with the America there and I say London there and Germany there. If we are to copy from those people, there are greater things that we can copy from. Not all negatives there, they are by normal life. So it's important that a man also the crowd is here. Everyone say, yes, we are what chafa or mind it yen or my kankumu. And your man said, Yamu be ultimate to Kwanka Krayako, Yamu Kinkayahu, Nyoma Islamic, any Christian faith in the we should adopt it and implement it as a daily lifestyle. Because the levels of dishonesty, the levels of corruption, the levels of lies, untruthfulness, diabetom character assassination, blackmailing, recording is because of praperiaba obi ko pesika kakadi bibi da mekasem ahokyere ni hia ya dia esese nyina pre ni tu ase ana yete so kra ahokyere eni hia enya de papa enu wo ka chinchwe na cho travel and see akane na enti ase na de di agro yesi tukwana kotopum so ate tukwana kotopum say see de bi su cho nti see pona but travel and see even in Ghana here. Travel to the north and see the kind of cultures and the kind of people and how they relate. Go to Western North, see how, just even in Ghana here, the exposure that you will get. If you go beyond the shores of Ghana, whether Cote d'Ivoire, whether Togo, whether Burkina, Libya, Morocco, Dubai, London, Germany, Canada, you will experience and gather more. See the way of it, the good, the bad, and the ugly. It adds up to knowledge. Yeah. And we are in our comfort zone. We think that we are super champions. And we believe that the little that we have achieved, 11, no? I say, Buya Bem say, me a Tessian, 11 years, me and Kobe, it is a Nippon spirit, no, and yet tougher. Or call maybe come have the another set 10 akowa. We don't encourage, we are always discouraging. What is 11? Have you sorted out the number of young men what me engage your services within this 11 Ashanti region? Say 23 and 1 cry. Well, for even 23 on contribute to the national,
Now the last time almost half strength, almost 1,000.
That yes, it is on the whole Ghana of 5,000. Now the likes no, our count 5,000. We keep decreasing the figure for unemployment. It will be the major problem is our vulnerability and ignorance. Not that in Kosuku. Yakosuku kraba amanyo simti nepa no kreka wo my Ghana mu no obi ya tossing around is dependent on the shade out no kreka hospital facilities ya lucky we see ya lucky yes bed wo we see bed adenu so da prefer say bed wo no sebi enso ntie kopa binya den emeka ho but no so political conversation political conversation. That's the country we find ourselves in. Bibia and one for man your man the fiafia one. And now they bet me kinda. Everything. And the yasa say every institution I bet me boy by. We've opened up to the extent that certain even security agencies social media no maybe no more security can pass over say posini and sojani and immigration is say odin there's too much freedom. Standards are falling. Standards are falling. Standards are falling. I think that the Mampay intervention was not even necessary. Ghana Education Service School and authorities know your code. say punishment na overly on above border. There are so many options.
Yeah.
Because untimi so nka say sebi obi amfo so da say nkwada no tu sa na mo. E tro ntitia ye dey my man awfo potemo for the musua free ho. It man pay there clearly on memu hakra. Nkwada so odin no nkra so brache no. Ye ko try exams. Edweso baby. Ye na school for the didi man pay tell say akufo de work how do you blame a president for exams failure? How? But we're all looking on politics in Tino. Now be for politics. Say woman paying woman kwada crafty. Now a binum so dead.
Some colleagues
paying them. Hey, no man be no motion a man yo samuntino. Yeah to be bia JJ Musa. What is this? What is this? Now say we oba on tifie. Ah oba na koma. Oba ni sika. So baba here to trust him with rabefe. So I'm saying that our institutions, but for political interferences and fear, these things should not get the face-saving camera works no more, you know. What did it man them? School we so man so. Oh, cost suspension 3 weeks. Umbedo compound hanging every blessed day. Umbedo port to school. Umbedo have monko classes for the next 3 weeks. You know, mobe yes juma we sa now for movie. Much rock cat say you be of good behavior. They cop man paying in here man paying get education for the records at the home Muslim school for the records at the home man paying who are bemunu nya bibia because sebi yet ti ya maye. And you're very effective as on mine. Nanka when the Benya Saku Kudrono, Etimako Casa Etia Mampenny. And Obia be an anuano, no Casa anyhow. Actually, sebi. That's what I'm saying. The identity. If we lose the identity of who a Ghanaian is, the prospects of our standards falling at every minute, every second, every hour, no, very high. No credit, Siansha can no crunch there. And they want to take political capital or advantage of every situation in this country. What's the politics in this? Ghana, me hears you. Who hears you? What is the partisan politics in this?
And the Mayana say, whilst we do politics with those issues,
what is this?
The people entrusted with the power to solve our problems. They are not political actors. They are there. They are there and they transcend administration. Party A Baba Party C Baba. Driver no Ghana water.
36 years.
Engineer no Ghana water. It is a drew near the airport.
We have to push them. They become a young man here. What born home do Ghana Water Company. Omu PRE.
Yeah.
Fantastic guy.
Mante.
Yeah. Fantastic guy. It is a one ko na only Mante anko chia yam. No penny for anko chia yam. Now koye nsua emma no amanyo sema. It is only in this country now. About where Konosi Mijau insure 76%. Whereby the one for Kokrama, we need water. We don't need politicization of this conversation. We need housing. We don't need politicization of this conversation. We need to get jobs based on environmental air conducive. How is the policy makers and shapers no? Omo buama environment no air conducive. Ama me wie suku krana na me se me nkopage me bia nya me ankasa metimanya nsoso hu bi di engina me na so aye medjuma. How are we doing that? If they are to tell you their frustrations, these two guys, but they've moved beyond and they've looked beyond these frustrations. Yeah, nkasa wo sha brabo ase frustrate back Ghana hano. Some frustrations can just make you get back to where you came from. Deliberate frustrations, genuinely as wanting to set up a business and about deliberately people frustrate you deliberately. If they are to tell the real stories now,
it's easy.
Well, you're measured by the Lincoln Navigator you drive, and you're building a Trasaco, and no wabobra. That's all we are measuring people with. The S500 now will drive, you know.
But there are people out there making impact.
Yes,
massive. There is this guy, and who video be, I think Caleb Kuda and a an interview. But before that interview, nobody came who the video that. No, I think Justice Beidun son and the Kokasai. Yeah, Justice Beidun son and the Kokasai. Or Tamale, Bibi Mahama.
The Otuto planes.
Oh,
I also say much.
That's massive impact. Massive impact. Massive impact. And you know, so obi baby, anything about social entrepreneurship. I am share your why statement. You'll be offended the why statement, and your why statement and they are critical. The rationale for going into Saudi and Uku. And the guy said, "Say, on only days he grew up in the north." Only in the north, no. So obe hu aeroplane. So me hu aeroplane na eterium kitikiti bit terium
No one.
and na obehu. But say when hu aeroplane park close to you, etimi asom no. It is how we north now grow up in that environment. How do you aspire to become a pilot? How?
No crowd no.
How?
And then we no. Our opportunities are limited.
Yes. How do you aspire to become a pilot? If you also know the whole point, they say he wanted people to dream. Now omu dream and now we north. Oh, school or north, yeah, Gadama best excursion. What was okay in the aeroplane and then saying that, oh, Roma, a Hana pilot, a Hana wait, air hostess, a Hana Munam, anyway. So you can now begin to dream.
Yeah.
And that is somebody solving problem for a whole part of this country. Yeah. But not say, yeah, was southern part, we are lucky. Sanya, Obehu Kotoka, Obehu plane. But those times are woo in the north, because that's not Tamale International Airport, no one who plane. And then no crown, I saw what Tamale. Obi a war, Bumpuruguni, Lasia, Tolone, all those areas. No, I say we but this is one young man. The solution or the bread. A whole area of our country, and no. And when we say impact, this is it.
That's what I'm saying. And there's another young man, because he was shell paying. So a lawyer, so a laws a day. And also advocacy is against patients. Yes, you see more hospital, be any them, okay, and all those. That's the advocacy. Wow. And this guy, I see. That no Pakwenya by 37 issue been a lot of cases were defended were caught near how yes both hospitals and doctors and I'm saying you are behind the scenes. People are suffering in this country at our various hospitals. I think that so you have to engage.
I have to.
You have to engage for people to know that there are options for you.
Sure.
I'll bet me hospital. I'll bet me a doctor phone be a nurse phone be. No meeting out to you are a deficient in a way. And a through a carelessness or recklessness of a particular doctor or so. All these things should come up. The bottom line is a Obi. Yeah, to mine. Ghana for who say, wow, Tibiano. Before the political parties came, Ghana was established. It's your loyalty first. Loyalty first should be to your country. Very important. If we don't understand that our loyalty first is to the country Ghana. Now, your political party was saying that trust the aqua. Now, loyalty to our friends and our political party. And Ghana is at the tail end of the ladder there. Developing this country to where all of us we aspire and dream this country to be, will be a big problem.
It will be a problem. And I've said this before, I'll repeat it again. Say, every country are developing. The people in the country sacrificed. We should know what we want as a people. Ope kromo a ate. Ope kromo yenton ade o pavement so a. No say it would affect somebody because nipa no ton ade o pavement e was so free ho. It is a yantia say okay, to get the system aye pena, we all have to make sacrifice actually. We should then forget to I was here to your dream. I was here to because the development there, people will be affected to get what you want. It is a approach there. I have yes and conform person beton the pavement. But people have come to the realization and understand and say we cannot do that if we want a clean, decent society. It doesn't happen. It doesn't. It didn't say any offer and look at my dream one in said oh man Aveno as ye rails the me. People be mutton tonton upon chi.
A crumpa.
Nada do me point.
Say ono na me do me hwe me tonam fi okoji fanko. Nti me hwe omo bo no the farm gate price no. Nti uka sabia me see brams yi akoye be page akoto. Say enokra no obi uka ni say ya. Kire say I admit that baby ade ne wo no. Enye papa. It is state council no, me say council no. Assembly. Ebeye dien na sabia on adwuma ni pa se omoye. Hefo ni betimi san konfo na aboa na etimi ati ho nyina kama na bibi ati akokama.
Oh, and look at how messy that place is.
That's it.
So messy. Messy. Inti and I mean and that area and I know your friend is saying Joy News omo keep Accra your friend Accra clean campaign. Omo ko unse abatoa bi wo ho. Oh, that area more about to be some
tiny trophy.
A whole
if I show you if I show you documentaries of a year quiet fast you couldn't I will miam maybe one can ha. we have it because buy and say
change,
but fiercely resisted change because people are still using Thai car cover. Anyway, they will tell you that before these modernity came, and there's one man, Mr. Wilson, or a food specialist, meat specialist. So I walk through any papa Dominic, papa no veterinary Japanese with the Kishimoto everything. Now at the moto papa every kind of veterinary Dr. Kikimoto. Hey, doctor, maybe I will be. Hey, no, doctor. Dr. Kikimoto. If Dr. Kikimoto walks you through, and any kind of fast food processing in this country, any hunsu so and the bread, they assemblies, no. Any in this case, FDA, mono, maybe more effort now so minimal. Masa Ghana for me, you. Who are dear say and ya crana ya can you see? Yes, I say, oh, be a madam winty, make a cana who's a man cocaine, obi, and a Jumana born, a Jumana so I know the Kunipa. So that's where we are now. No credian, no correcan, above form. A shasudia. I say, so maybe a shasu, a casa, hand as I see a Gina, usually be American and Macocase. Yan Cassia Juma ye. So, Cochet, a year me, Massy. Is many former ambassador Cabral Blame. Now call PAV mo. Now Dr. Reku Brebu. Now her God na venerable ne a year Beatrice Eduni Charlie Sam. Now who few ones be amongst us. Who de busa who say and ne del bonus century in the midst of any biennial addition abba ne technology abano. Are we advancing it to a very worthy cause for this country?
But and Oman, and it's good you've raised this point. I mean, the last time I made baby, as we speak, commercial radio stations in Ghana, over 450. Commercial radio stations in South Africa, 18. Commercial radio stations. Menkase radio stations in South Africa. Commercial. We say our community license, your commercial license. Commercial. In fact, Ghana and radio stations in Ghana are more licensed to operate Ebro 500. Or more pretty slightly lower. But as offer commercial radio line, radio you setting up say way they pesca a business. They are into media business. Or me about over 450 commercial radio license in South Africa. Commercial radio operating a new 20. South Africa's economy is 10 times that of Ghana, even more. That of Ghana. Advertising spend in South Africa is huge than Ghana. Sikaya available to media. And I think, say, part of the problem, Oman, is the number of radio stations we have in this system. And when we say mema print, mema newspaper, mema online, we make a traditional radio. Over 450 a commercial across the country. Say Obiampofa staff, on-air staff, who are supposed to be trained staff, Obiafa 10 in par. That is saying close to 5,000 on-air staff. Also we trained. Do we have that in this country? That professional broadcasters 5,000 in this country.
Will be another subject matter.
It's a big issue. Regulators of the space should understand the business of media and should know say it doesn't end with just giving radio licenses out. License, the space advertising spend you're saying.
Say checks and balances and agencies and bodies Nankasa engage has to work on their behalf, and also almost this country. Makachiro, Benjamin Kumbo doctor. The sounds of our time now. That's how, and that is what is being practiced in this country. Until you get an issue. Now the court hospital, no one say. Sadness na mutata una na wamon homodina.
Force ya me
ono na ebe hwe no se pania no odi ano no odi wow tim ha ba ebi ni wie no ansa no abo se sa na mo ntu na otuye no. Until we get to that point, everything is normal. We will attend to a situation in this country when it involves Oborobi.
Sure.
Before we attend to a situation in this country.
Sure.
So we must say, Yamwa Ghana Magana Yini. Yamwa Ghana Magana Nkoso. Nene ni come on the doors. Mesa real estate changes na eba. But mamema opening kwabnedu.
Okay.
Mema yako. Obi mikro na sebia obrasim bako pa efi mini pedu no. Me papa the late Kofi Kesi Kofi Dako
Asempa
the Alpha many species
94.7.
And easy.
Na prekope.
O mame, and you are paying. Yes. Ah, we are my
yes.
It's
yes. Ah, we are my yabum. Iti era air kwabnaidu. Ema yako. Unyami adma ose na oche dano. Basu sejimasi presby primary park. Sejimasi presby primary park. Memenda 28th January 2023.
Okay.
Anopa nongotwe. The late Obapen Florence Abena Chumwa Edu. And afi Professor Danny Kofi Edu. Inti 9872. Mamede Bapen no. Inti no mamede was 98.
And the Bapen was 72 years. And Omunina
radia to himself. Inti
I also know a professor of Maryland University.
Yeah, so Unyami admayenko Tai Yenua Santa Chikwabna Edu Echina Onko di na watch there kama kamjiri say ye dey the obe communicate.
Sure.
Me free and Slobi. I expect His Excellency the President of the land to do what is needful. Na onfa kratano embeto ho. Na
reshuffle.
Yes. Indeed. Onfa kratano embeto. It is not any major reshuffle. It's not any major.
Say na baby na expecting
no. Ana ene de nia dane reshuffle den pen you. Oh de hwi ni kutrem. Hwi ni kutrem.
That they are.
There is no they are no no. Hwi ni kutrem. But for the exit of Alan Chemantin and then Dr. Uswe Free Akutu, probably there wouldn't have been any. Hwi ni kutrem. Uswe the immediate ones amakeka kire ona. I don't know yeah the question because of munyo. I think the president also have a certain difficulty or challenge, in all humility, in telling people that, you know what, why you're doing I cannot continue to work with you for unyuma to amedasi or difficulty. There's no any weakness. So that one you cannot fault him that much. But yet is at the expense of this country. That's where probably we have concerns about it. It is doing come na menka say chinano. Mesaba, but gentlemen, because I'm advocating for
sure.
Unfair treatment,
medical negligence,
medical negligence. Very
important.
Now, I mean, Kyle said, Koswana Sojidi Kadianim, Pentecost Namen on training in Ahusia.
Amen.
Apostolic empowerment, I'm your own by Nedi ni Pepini.
Hey, Apostolic empowerment this weekend, me oh,
this weekend,
Wisdom Summit.
Yes,
Wisdom Summit. Yes. This weekend, 22nd.
So clearly, in the middle of a trauma, now I remember a Pentecost in your apostolic empowerment. But also, first 3 seconds, January by so I did with a new bit here. Who buy again, Olive Becatch, say, hey, now Olive kindly, or say, Olive kindly, roll call. Now, a Papa was away, Kofi Abuchi, that law prophet, and I say,
oh, so you don't know where you. UPSA, on the dean of the law faculty. Oh yeah.
One of the respectable men in society.
Yeah. UPSA law faculty, on the dean.
Okay.
Dean of the law faculty with UPSA.
Okay. I say what I'm viewing.
Mikromini. Ofi manso mo say so ya we.
It's mo celebrate no.
Yeah, hey, superstar. Oh, you brutal.
No so.
O se opa, o to nwum sin obia.
I say what
I'm friend Amansia Bob Marley. Oh, you brutal.
I say what I'm
Oh, ja. Ofi manso mo say so.
Oh, I see.
You superstar ba kono no.
Reverend Asante Ntwi. Ko fu am titi o mo kan che.
Asante Ntwi.
Hey, Reverend Dominic. O papa na no ba bedroom no ko join no former general. Reverend Opuni Frimpong.
Opuni Frimpong. So it's a lecturer okay UST. But he's still very active. This year he's more into the CSO space, into or advocacy. Or this group be a lot of advocacy in the system.
Musician Charles Samoa.
Musicians there. Be bring to Kwanyo. Charles Samoa.
So Odasem.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
you may hate it. I don't know.
Hey, twinim.
Hey, Odasem.
Chum. Hey, Obi. Chasamoa na obeka herejbe. Then you hate ya man broso. Chasamoa.
Na ba ku na obo ayi.
Hey.
Ye kan mu ntie David
Samuel
Owusu.
Samuel Owusu.
No, Eva.
Ebi a Jehovah Witness for the net to kwan.
I know ko Jehovah Witness.
I think so.
Oh, okay.
I think so.
Samuel Owusu.
Oh. Media mempe me wasem.
Yeah.
Mempe me wasem.
Bono hiti Those guys did well. So omo high life na near friend no. Burger high life na omo de na burger.
Ma kokreku na mo engage no fast titles in na mamo.
No, but say now your burger high life.
Your burger high life.
Sibo brothers mo.
There be one careful a generation be we no Kofi Ochedako. Hey, member nanajman. Ko bi po. Emu da ho. Training. Okay.
No, but Sibo brothers no your burger high life.
There be omo categories. No ma kokreku be chiro mu. Ana Andy Dusty be chiro mu. Ana KOD be chiro mu. Ana Kwesi Abuaji be chiro mu. Ana Mark 2 be chiro mu. These are the people as they say no. Ana Uncle Fredima.
Yeah, Fredima.
Also be chiro mu. These are the people omo Juma nkasa no because omo be chiro ka.
That's a high life. Yes, in here wo eja ko ni mo.
Unche na make.
Eja ko ni mo high life.
And na misuro wo je fita.
And yes eyi. And no ga na friend say.
And na make catch us say. O ko fa
ho high life.
And I'm so ko fa ho pe. Omo so make as there be. Had any shim yeti. These are strong guys.
Lumba mo na be burger high life. In the Lumba na champion.
Yeah, ka kwantu.
Those were all burger high life. And the Sibo brothers mo. As na eba contemporary.
Yeah, me fe obi abayiwa. Obi.
On he never kiss
you. Eti bi dase. Onyame aduba.
Eti PKs upon say Obi. Burger high lifers were Lumba. Na champion.
Hey PK.
Kojoentwi. Kojoentwi burger high life.
Onhwe ni because na chance am no me den. Bembra komo. You know.
And or the Bembra ko dia.
That's what I'm person because
Kojoentwi. Kojoentwi I'm not sure what
burger. Modern trend debut. Omo deal from the master uncle for no. Kojoentwi mo ba me Kojoentwi ka burger high life mo. And a Mactonto.
Sibo brothers there, yes, it's true. Sibo brothers there omo burger high life.
Uye king. We have his uncle for you now.
Now unipa na the ofri ahafo na da na woto na nyom na ono na nyom na dey.
What ko kan se ma mere? Ahafo guy no. What?
That obo ni din bia
or too much. Nana tabi hwe o ze na kai o to jum to o de busa ayi afofoje ya samu amachiri
yes
busa se na lido du club lido do obebo na nsia 1 January 8 January wo ayo o de busa o se nana tabi
ne nyum ahete ya de hen
aya na o kasa abufuo so papa
Ekosiisen M'Ahiasem 94.7 FM ma yentie we emra ye ba ye ne yaw nsako